This video features the guitar and bass parts that are present during the bridge of the song. The tuning used in this video and on the record is E flat and 440 wavelength calibration. If you're unsure how to tune the E flat, please watch the video on this channel, E flat tuning and enharmonic notes for guitar and bass by Marc Wilson, and then return. The bridge will start out working off of the open A string. The first notes we're going to count 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. That'll be picked down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Just like this on a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. What we're doing there is we're playing an 8th note on the downbeat, followed by 2 16ths in between, creating a shuffle type effect. On 4, you're going to pick the open A string down again, followed by an upwards pick on the AND beat, and you're going to fret the 2nd fret of the A string, creating a B note on the upbeat. These last 2 notes are straight 8th notes. On a 4 count lead in, this is what the first measure of the bridge is going to sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. From that point, you'll go to the C note, located a half a step up in pitch on the same string, the 3rd fret with your middle finger, and you're going to play 1 and a 2 and a 3, just like this. Pick down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So far, this is what we have for the bridge on a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3. From this point, you're going to place your first finger on the G string at the 5th fret. That's on the AND beat. You're going to pick it down, hammer on to the 7th fret on the A beat. Then you go back to the this note located on the G string at the 5th fret. You're going to pick that down on 4. Then you're going to take your middle finger and place that on the low E string at the 3rd fret on the AND beat. You're going to pick that up. So this is what you're going to have for the second half of that measure. Just like that. In a 4 and. That's how it's counted. In a 4 and. This is what we have so far for the bridge on a 4 count lead in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. Then you're going to go back to the open A string and repeat the first measure exactly the same way. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. Now the second time we get to the C note, we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to pick the first 3 notes, 1 and a, pick down, down, up, just like this. Then the next 4 notes are straight 16ths, 2 E and a, that's how they're counted. Pick down, up, like this. And then you're going to pick down on 3. So this is what that measure is going to sound like. Okay, 1 and a 2 and a 3. And right from there, you're going to place your pinky on the G string at the 5th fret. You're going to pick it and do a pull off to the 4th fret. That's counted 4E, just like this. So this is what we have for the last measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4E, just like that. This is what the entire bridge is going to sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3. Just like that. This part appears at 3 different intervals in the song. The first occurs at 54 seconds on your timer. The second occurs at 1 minute and 53 seconds. The last is right after the solo at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Now that you've seen what the bass guitar is doing, the rhythm guitar part's going to be pretty easy. We're going to start out working off of the open A5 power chord. Place your first finger on the 2nd fret and bar the D and G strings. The advantage of playing it this way is not only are you barring them two strings to make them sound, you're laying your finger lightly across the B and high E strings to deaden them so they don't ring accidentally. We're going to play the whole measure, the whole first measure that is, with the count 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, all right on that chord. With the 4 count, this is what you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Okay, notice the picking pattern. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. It's the same 8th note, 2 16th notes shuffle that we did on the bass guitar. The difference is we're playing it all on one chord, the full measure. The bass is doing a couple different notes there. So after we do the first measure, we'll go to the C5 power chord, and we're going to play that exactly the same way for the second measure. Just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Just like that. So this is what we've got so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. From that point you go back to the open A5 power chord and do the exact same thing for the third measure. Okay, let me give you a 4 count lead in and do it all up to that point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Just like that. And the last measure, we're going to do it on the C5 again. And you're going to play this with the exact feel that you did the bass guitar. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Then it will break and the bass will do a fill. It'll be picked just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Just like that. Let me do that whole bridge one time just to make sure you understand what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Then it breaks for the bass. One thing I'd like to point out is the drums. When you do the last C5 power chord of that measure, when you're doing a 1 and a 2 and a 3, the drums are going to be filling with that literally note for note with the same feel. And of course the bass guitar is also doing that.